Hello everyone, Logan from Curated Avalon, and today I am going to be discussing my Moleskine journal collection. And I'm going to start from the smallest to the largest size. So this little guy, very small, pocket size, really smaller than pocket size journal. This is from their Volant line, and I believe this is their extra small size. It has more of a plasticky, kind of vegan leathery type cover, but it is a soft cover. I use these for when I can't get a notebook somewhere. Like I can't carry it in, I can't carry a large purse. I used to use these in evening bags all the time. I would put in a little notebook and a fountain pen and I was good to go. So I don't have any evening type events anymore, but I did used to use these for that and really enjoyed it. And moving on to the next size up, this is their pocket size, and this is their Cahiers line. So this is a paper cover. This is just a handy size. I kind of use it for a little bit of everything. I don't mind tearing pages out of this, just a handy size. This is the pocket size, but this is their hardcover, their designer collection. This is a Hobbit cover, so we've got Smaug on top of his pile of gold and the little Hobbit hiding right there. Well, technically he's invisible, but you have to read the book to find that out. So I like these sizes for single subjects. I know I've spoken previously in other videos about, I think I told about my space journal, black holes, space-time, that kind of thing. I really like using this particular size for those types of subjects because I feel like it forces me to get big ideas in a smaller space, so I think through things a little bit more. So I really like this size. Moving on to the large size Moleskine. I use their designer covers in the size large, and I get ruled pages for this for my daily journals. So this is a previous one. This is my current one. I have been using these for at least 10 years, maybe longer. But yeah, I really love these. It's the only journal that I've ever been able to actually use all the way through. I've tried some other brands in the past and just always ended up abandoning them. So this was just my absolute favorite. I use it consistently, so this is what I stick with. I also use some of their size large notebooks for single subjects. This was a study of Tennyson's The Two Voices poem. This notebook is at least 5 years old, maybe a little longer, and this was their monogramming service that they do have. But yeah, I'm hesitant to open it up, but maybe, I mean, it was so long ago. This is just some quotes from the poem itself. But yes, I did have a lined notebook for this. I really enjoyed that. The study I did, it was just kind of casual and it was over several years. So that's kind of a beloved notebook for me. Also in the size large, this is their Cahiers line. So this is again a paper cover, and I use these for all sorts of things. Typically, I keep these in some kind of journal cover, and I use them for absolutely everything. I tear pages out, I write grocery lists, sometimes I do artwork. Yeah, so I doodle a little bit. I have to force myself to doodle, if you can't tell. This is as much doodling as I can do. Nothing super fancy. So I keep those handy. Now, if I use one of these Cahiers journals for something else, other than being able to write absolutely anything I want in them, I put stickers or decorate the covers so that I know it's separate from this. So moving up another size. Okay, this one. This is the extra large size. This is also the Cahiers line, so this is paper cover. This is a grid paper, and I use this for working on my quilt designs, usually just working out the math for quilt designs. I find this to be very helpful. And this is one of my older quilt portfolios. This is also the size extra large. You can see my cats got to this one eventually. And this one I had over several years. This is also in a grid, but some of my quilt design work that I did, this is just keeping everything together. It's really helpful. I like this. This is a soft cover as opposed to a hard cover. I chose a soft cover because I knew I'd be having fabric swatches and stuff, and I wanted the elastic to be able to go over. I wanted it to close fairly well. So I still continue to use this size in this style for my quilt designs. And I actually have a ton of the same notebook because I am currently using the extra large hardcover Moleskines in, these are lined. Sometimes I use these plain for discovery, world building for stories. So right now I am working on a world building timeline for someone else's story, and I'm building that, using that information for them, and these are some of the notebooks. This has the full timeline for their story as well, and it's several books. It's quite a lot of information there, but this is my favorite way to do that. I mean, if they made one ginormous notebook, I'd be down for that, but the thin ones are far more usable. I mean, you can just take one of them with you, but yes, so I like this size for discovery and world building when I'm using a timeline as well, because the pages are larger, but the notebook isn't so large that you can't like hold it in your hand. Like I can set this in my lap if I'm out somewhere and write down stuff really quick. So yes, I use a lot of the extra large size actually, whether it's hardcover or soft cover, plain paper or gridded or ruled. I kind of use it all. The only complaint I have about Moleskine is that I have had to stop purchasing directly from their website because I was about 4 or 5 years even of just never receiving a correct order, and I would order quite often, and I try to break up those orders by ordering from other companies, other smaller companies, because there was always something wrong with my order. It was either they didn't send me the right thing, or it arrived, you know, completely damaged. It was just a lot, so I don't order directly from the company anymore. I order from smaller businesses that actually care if I get the right item, or, you know, if it gets to me in one piece. Seems a little brutal to say, but I mean, this was over years of just getting very poor service. I think I only had 1 or 2 orders over all of those years that actually made it to me in good shape and was the correct order. I mean, one time they didn't even send me part of my order and they insisted that they had. So it was just messy, and I just had to stop ordering from them. But anyway, I still use the product because it works for me. I love it. I would be interested in maybe branching out a little bit more. I've been trying Odyssey's notebooks. I know Leuchtturm is a favorite. I used to use those and I just didn't like them as much. I might try those again. So I would love if you would comment below your favorite notebooks, your favorite sizes, your favorite papers, because I'm kind of wanting to maybe try some new things.